Welcome back to the Criticizer of Conlangs with your host James Pigeon, and today the episode is on Nordien. Nordien is a Germanic zonal auxiliary language created around AD 2007 by Aaron Chapman. Now, I am a native speaker of a Germanic language, English, so unlike Manmino and Neo-Latino, I am squarely in the target demographic for this one. Although I do speak probably the most divergent Germanic language with the most loanwords, but still, a proud member of the Germanic family. From the website, quote, Nordien is a simplified version of a Germanic conlang. It combines an easy grammar and easy phonology with a vocabulary taken from other Germanic languages. In spite of the simplification, it still sounds natural. So the goals are pretty spelled out here, to have an easy phonology, an easy grammar, and a natural vibe. Nordien has a pretty standard phonology. Every sound used is in English except for the alveolar trill. Most Germanic languages have different rhotics from each other, so this is pretty understandable. The thing I really don't like is how J is pronounced ja and not ya. As far as I know, J being ja is only in English because of French larpage, so it doesn't really fit in this Germanic conlang. It also just sounds really bad in my opinion. The vowels are pretty standard. Again, to sound more naturally Germanic, more should have been used. Germanic languages are some of the most vowel-rich on the planet, so going with a 5-vowel system plus 1 diphthong is a bit disappointing. In terms of orthography, Nordien naturally uses the Latin alphabet with 21 letters and 2 digraphs. Bit of a weird choice to use EE for A, but as an English speaker, we absolutely cannot speak about vowel orthography. Nordien grammar is very simple and regular. Pronouns have possessive, subjunctive, and objective form. Verbs can take 6 conjugations, which are all pretty standard, but seems like it might be missing a perfect tense. Not strictly necessary, no, but very useful. Verbs don't conjugate for person, which is pretty standard for Germanic languages. But yeah, in general, it's a fine system. Nordien also uses neither cases nor gender, which is, I would say, a good decision. Cases and gender don't really make ideas easier to express, unlike more conjugations, and they're not in all Germanic languages, especially the most popular, English. Now to test the recognizability of the vocabulary by comparing a word in Nordien against its cognates in the 8 most popular Germanic languages by native speakers. And Nordien clearly passes here with flying colors, at least for these simple words. English does have a lot of Latinate loanwords, but the most common and simple concepts remain Germanic, being easy to recognize in Nordien. Sometimes, though, we're just a bit quirky with Germanic roots themselves, like using dog instead of hound and bird instead of fowl. But still, to me at least, Nordien words are pretty recognizable. The number system is very standard, base 10, good choice because all the Germanic languages use it. Pretty boring. Now for the spoken sample, a translation by the author of Starlight by Muse. Eg skal jagen det sternlicht, Dios min livnings eind. Eg vet neid als het wieder dir vard. Holden deg I min armar, eg nur vilte holden deg I min armar. Overall, I don't have any major criticisms of Nordien. It's milquetoast in a good way. My fellow Germanic speakers and I could probably learn it very fast. Nordien does in fact have a very simple grammar, which is intuitive to the audience. It also has a very good orthography, where every letter makes just one sound. Combined with the recognizability to the target audience, Nordien is very learnable. There are some downsides, however. The grammar is very oversimplified, to the point that some ideas would be hard to express. This also makes it feel not as natural, lacking grammatical features that every Germanic language has. It also fails to meet one of its goals by not sounding naturalistic. A natural Germanic language would have more vowels. A natural Germanic language would have a more complex grammar with at least some irregularities. A natural Germanic language would have a less Englishy phonology. In the end, Nordien is a better zonal lock slang than Universal Gaw is a world language, but I can't justify putting it over Kotava. In my opinion, Kotava is a better language, which has much more depth and creativity with, better grammatical features and just a more novel idea. Leave any suggestions in the comments below, and stay tuned for next week, when the episode will be on Non ne cuinadu et du cuinesep.